Hey, how are you? My name's Phil. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we have kind of another meme deck, I'm not gonna lie. It's Hoarding Broodlord! I have wanted to make this card work in Standard for I don't know how long, because it just seems and sounds like it has potential to be good. It's got Convoke, it tutors a card, the tutored card has Convoke, but it is in mono black, and you need 3 black to play it. So, our answer and solution: make a crap ton of tokens. Resolute Reinforcements, Wedding Announcement, Edgar tokens, Eternal Wanderer tokens, White Sun's Twilight tokens. This is a variant on a deck that I saw on the interwebs, because I was looking to see if anyone had made a deck with Hoarding Broodlord. And this is quite similar to the one that I found. However, I made sure that there was a top-end wincon that is very hard to deal with. Kaya and Eternal Wanderer, both of which are wonderful, and they can also be gotten up with Invasion of Tulvada if you discard them to Restoration of Aganjo to get back, say, a Resolute Reinforcements that got killed early, which gives you more tokens, which means if you get Hoarding Broodlord, yada 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 yada. Wincons, use stuff like Skryl's Hive and White Sun's Twilight to potentially poison out your opponents. If you tutor up the White Sun's Twilight, you can Convoke with all your creatures to make it as big as possible, which is really nice. You can also just go and tutor up a Sunfall and then Convoke with your creatures to cast it if you, say, don't have good attacks. Or you can just go and get, I don't know, Edgar, if you're just like, I have another Edgar, and we can start doing the Edgar cycling thing. It's, this matchup, my opponent is hitting me a bunch, and I want to play Elish Norn, so they're hurting themselves in response. It's fairly flexible, but it is a very expensive card. It is a 8 mana spell. It's actually more expensive than Kaya. If it didn't have that Convoke, it would be much harder to deal with. But this deck, I have seen some moderate success with it. It's kind of a meme, but it kind of has just like a good old-fashioned Orzhov mid-range package. Destroy Evil, Fateful Absence, Shieldred's Edict, Rite of Oblivion, Cut Down. You have all these great removal spells to keep you on board until Restoration of Aganjo and Wedding Announcements start taking over the game, and then maybe Edgar starts rolling out. And if you can flip Invasion of Tulvada and your opponent isn't running Farewell, you'll start making tons and tons and tons of creature tokens that have lifelink, and the ones you already have will also gain lifelink. Overall, I've seen moderate success with the deck. Let's hop into the queue and see how it really does. Opponent goes first. We have a pretty solid 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got breakfast. Lovely. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with this starting hand. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Looks like my opponent's playing mono green ramp over there, from the looks of things. That is a-okay, I think. I don't actually know how well we would match up into mono green ramp. We did draw our Sunfall, though, and that always bodes well. Into an Awaken the Woods Resolute Reinforcements is pretty nice, because they got 2 little tokens, but they can't actually do anything with them. We're going to continue to Mana Ramp. I do wish you could just discard Edgar and get his effect, but he has to die, unfortunately. He does have to die. It's not just when Edgar goes to the graveyard, it's when he dies. Unfortunately, we don't have Strange. Yeah, we're just gonna go with ramp as fast as possible. And pray that Edgar can carry us through. I think my opponent has a Nissa in hand. 1, 2, 3, 6. So they'd have like 2 untapped? Nope, no idea. No idea what my opponent's doing anymore. I played out the Edgar too. Oh, I get it now. That makes sense. Everything gets really big each turn now. Unfortunately for myself, this does kill off my Edgar. Fortunately for myself, everything is gone. And we have a 12-12. And we can destroy evil their unnatural growth and use Fateful Absence on the same turn. If they play something that actually matters. Man, my opponent really whiffed there, huh? Blow that up because you don't want to deal with it. Flip and start the beat down. Go 12-12, go. Damn, that went really well for me, actually. We could still lose, but nope, there they go. There's the scoop. There's the scoop. That was nice. That was satisfying. Interesting idea from my opponent. I guess Unnatural Growth is a backup for Nissa. Most decks I see run Awaken the Woods run the new Nissa because her ultimate is like -7. Everything gets +X, where X is the number of forests. And these little dryads are in fact forests. Interesting to try and do it with Unnatural Growth though. That's an interesting backup line, Unnatural Growth, Defiler of Vigor. I respect it. It's something different. GG's. Opponent goes first. If we have to immediately cut down, we have it, so I'm okay with this hand. It's a little janky. My opponent's probably playing control, though, which makes this much worse for us. Oh, no, never mind. It's probably poison. Let's do this so that we can maybe flash out Resolute Reinforcements to surprise them. We'll just go ahead and do it now, while they're tapped out. Any deck that's running basic islands in it is typically a heavy, heavy control deck. Yeah, it looks like they're just like full control. Wedding Announcement would just get countered here. Wedding Announcement would absolutely get countered. I basically just have to slowly beat them down. Oh, well, we can easily kill this guy. Cut down into Shieldred's Edict means that they can't stop me. I have double removal spells. That's why if your opponent has this much mana open, you don't just, like, slam out the, I guess they were just thinking, that makes it a 2/4, but, like, I'm gonna play the Wedding Announcement here, because that provides more value over time, and gives me a token to sack to Rite of Oblivion while being mana efficient, because I can play a tapped land. Now I have access to Rite of Oblivion, which could possibly be okay. It'll absolutely be okay. Just give it to one of my little guys. Exile their Shieldred. Play a second Wedding Announcement so I have even more guys. Keep the beatdown rolling. Don't actually know what the fuck my opponent's playing though. I'm not gonna deny. Curate, Go for the Throat, Haughty Djinn into Shieldred is strange. Yes, I do suppose you could exile your own Go for the Throat or my Shieldred's Edict. I guess technically they could hit my Rite of Oblivion so I don't have a way to cast it. Okay. Oh, hi, Kaya. We're just gonna continue to go giga-wide. Yeah, so I feel like they're thinking their life total is threatened, so I was just gonna go for the swing. Drawing 2 cards here, absolutely lovely. White Sun's Twilight, pretty okay. My opponent is probably floundering a little over there. Unfortunately, I could not draw a second card, but eh. Do I just win off this? Or do you have a counterspell? That's okay. We have an Invasion of Tolvada to get her back. And we are on the beatdown. They're nearly dead from the beatdown. Do you have a ton of removal over there, opponent? No? Is that just lethal? Alright. GG's. I don't know, man. I don't know what they were playing. That was really confusing, I'm not gonna lie. It was like Dimir control, but like, why are you even bothering to play Shieldred if you're in Dimir control? You might think that that's like a hard knock. Shieldred's just not very good in Dimir control. You're taking an entire turn off on turn 4 to cast 1 creature. In a control deck, on turn 4, you could possibly kill up to 2 creatures and counter a spell, depending on how the matchup's rolling. All at instant speed. Or you could use that as an excuse to draw cards with like a Memory Deluge or something. That's just like my opinion though, man. GG's. Opponent goes first. Y'all have missed all the games where I complained about this, but this is my 4th game in a row going on the draw in a meta where going on the play is incredibly, incredibly powerful. I think we can afford to do this because worst comes to worst, we just edict something on 2. Copper Coat Vanguard. Finally, a matchup where we're not instantly going to lose. The last handful of matchups I've had have been into either control decks or into mono red, and it's just been incredibly annoying. I'm not going to lie. That's weird. That's incredibly weird. At least we have White Sun's Twilight for eventually... That's incredibly weird. I don't know what my opponent is doing anymore. I am completely lost. Edgar, get out here, buddy. I've never seen a deck run Disenchant when they could just run, like, any other card in this meta. Alright, well, slowly ramping into Kaya, though. I might be able to cut out that. I don't think I will be able to cut out that, actually, now that I think about it. You're gonna hear my sneeze, and I apologize. So they run Destroy Evil and Disenchant. Someone's really tired of playing, Oh, cool. Card draw. Thank you, game. Someone's really tired of playing into, Selesnya enchantments. Ambitious Farmhand, annoying, not the end of the world. We could just Edict him. I think we'll see what they play and then determine whether or not an Edict. Well, we don't have anything else to hit, so... Oh, that's unfortunate. 1, 2... We're swinging with everything, because we could maybe White Sun's Twilight them after this. If we draw into a land. Invasion of Tolvada is not bad. All we get back is our wedding announcement, though. Wedding announcement does allow us a lot of card draw. Oh, man, they top-decked that? I thought that was the one from their graveyard. I'm sad. I don't quite know why they're playing Angels, Angel Clerics, and then Copper Coat Vanguard. That's a little confusing, I cannot deny. I really hope that I draw a land. Come on, land! Thank you. Swing for the wedding announcement to draw trigger. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure, opponent. I get to make more vampires a tiny bit earlier now. Actually, at this point, I wasn't expecting them to block like that, but now I'm just going to steal their Sarah Paragon so I can play my stuff. Oh, they're mad about that. I don't know what they were doing. That was incredibly confusing. Oh, hey, rank up again. I've been stuck around Plat 3 and 4 for a minute here because I've just been trying out all sorts of jank decks. I get up to Plat 1 and then I go all the way down. Why is this in a deck that runs probably max copies of Overseer and Sarah Paragon? That is 8 cards that don't get buffed by your Vanguard. That is incredibly confusing. But yeah, they are very tired of enchantments. Disenchant and Destroy Evil. Sheesh. But yeah, GG, I guess. On to the next. We are going first with a pretty okay keep. We can play Skrell's Hive and Cry. We can't play Skrell's Hive anymore. We will literally just hang out and see if we can flash in Resolute Reinforcements or if we have to cut something down. We can flash him in. Flame Breather's not that big of a deal of a card. We will actually play the Hive now. And then cut down the chick. We will be hurting ourselves, but we have potential to mount a comeback. I feel like if they're playing Kessig Flame Breather, they don't actually run a ton of creatures, so Shieldred's Edict might actually find massive value here. Could be wrong. Could be totally off base. Everything to block. If I draw a wedding announcement, I will get a ton of cards. Well, I was right. We'll play the announcement, and we'll just continue to go wide. This is quite unfortunate, though. Just in general. This whole situation here. We could triple block a Flame Breather. That might be worthwhile now. Yeah, it's worthwhile. They scooped? I thought I was going to lose off of that. What do you have in your hand that's so expensive? They're clearly playing the Bloodfeather Phoenix version of the deck, which means that they want to cast a lot of spells, but like... what expensive-ass spells are you casting that you're, like, mad about 2 mana? I've seen Mono Red win on 2 mana. I'm just confused, but GG's, I guess. Nigh unkeepable hand. We're gonna do it. Last time I saw a hand like this, I lost the game, because I mulliganed. Guess I should have just kept the first hand. Some sort of mono black nonsense? Duress. Alright, well, that kind of sucks. Never mind, everything's a-okay, because I run Invasion of Telvada. I'm not planning on casting her anytime soon anyways. Why is Rakdos running Duress? Is this just some weird Atali list again? I swear, Atali has warped the format more than people realize. Okay. My opponent doesn't want to play Magic the Gathering. My opponent wants to play, haha, you discarded your cards! And yes, I'm going to make fun of that, because mainboarding more than one Duress is pretty silly right now. Do you not want to play Magic, opponent? Is that what this is? You just not want to play Magic? That's okay. You don't have to play Magic. You don't have to put yourself in the queue and, like, start playing Magic. Alright, is my opponent smart? Unfortunately, they are... oh well, we still get back our wedding announcement here. I'm in black. They need to take the Planeswalker because of, I can't remember the fucking name anymore. You have literally nothing to take down there, opponent, and you'd be hurting your own Urbergs. You're hurting your own Scavenger! You're literally making it so your Scavenger has nothing to eat. What? What? Not even mad. Elish Norn is pretty nice into a deck like my opponent's, because they want to, like, nickel and dime me. Honestly, if I'm lucky, I will just draw my next land. My final land. Because after land, I can't talk today. After 7 lands, I don't really need to care. My opponent is now wondering what they're supposed to be doing, and spoiler alert, the answer is probably just kill Elish Norn. Would you like to pay 2 mana or lose 2 life? Opponent? What? Are you okay? I don't understand. We'll wait for them to play something before we White Sun's Twilight. There's no reason to play it out yet. Oh no, my Elish Norn and your Shieldred are gone. Guess I'll have to White Sun's Twilight for X equals 5, gain 5 life, make 5 tokens that are now 2/2s, and wipe the board in the process. That was so terrible, I can't believe I had to do that. Does my opponent have another Brotherhood's End? Is that why they're like, aha, I've got you? No? Alright, sure, whatever. Why are they eating my graveyard so aggressively? It's very confusing.
This ends today. Keep your eyes sharp.
3 at the thing to make sure it flips so that I have flyers. 2 at the face to start the poison counters, just in case I actually do win via poison. Can't imagine Rakdos has a way to remove enchantments, so I'm pretty sure almost no matter what they do, I kinda have their number from here on out. I could be wrong, I could be way off margin, way off everything. But I mean, like, Eternal Wanderer doesn't die here. Only one thing can attack her at a time, so even if they had, like, a hasty threat, she lives. This is a 3/2 flyer opponent. Why would they be running Dreams of Steel and Oil? That exiles stuff. I'm now just incredibly confused. Isn't there a spell that, like, makes somebody discard their hand? That, like, doesn't exile the graveyard? I think there's one that, like, discard 2 cards, make a decayed zombie for 3. There's also stuff like Virus Beetle. Yeah, opponent, you're dead. I am so confused as to what my opponent was actually trying to do. I admire the homebrew, but, like, I am very confused. I feel like that was just an Urborg Scavengers list that didn't actually draw the Scavengers. And so they're like, I'ma just play Hand Hate instead. But, like, you can't just Duress, Dreams of Steel and Oil in that way, because you're both just top decking, right? Both players are just top decking at that point, and then there's just the general problem of, okay, well, what if they top deck better? That's not always the best play. You need to do that with threats. They had threats. They killed off one of their own threats with their own Brotherhood's End, though. That was weird. That was really weird. GG's? Opponent goes first. I don't hate the hand, but I don't think that'll work. This'll work much better. I'm so sorry, Mr. Broodlord, sir. This is okay. This is really nice. Looks like we are playing enchantments. I don't think anyone else plays green-white like this at the moment, so... We'll either destroy evil, some annoying enchantment, or we'll flash in the Resolute Reinforcements. Flash him in. White Sun's Twilight, lovely for someone who's going for big ramp. Taking a second to drink some water there. Absolutely going to start the beatdown. My deck is better with beatdown. Kami! We'll eventually be able to destroy evil on it. We are drawing lots of lands, so we will just go ahead and use this as a ramp spell. Which we'll probably be able to do on the upcoming turn as well. If they want to just swing in, we might just double block the Kami. But they'll probably finally draw something, right? They have 3 mana, they can probably get away with it. Ichigo's Reign of Truth, yeah. Okay. No reason. 6 damage doesn't kill me. We're playing White Sun's Twilight anyways. We're absolutely going to just use this as mana ramp. Could play this, but there's no real reason to yet. I think we wait to do it until after we've wiped with White Sun's Twilight. All that is a 3-3 that's not exactly scary. This guy blocks profitably. Why are they playing Wedding Announcement? That doesn't, like, make any sense. I'm so confused. Get rid of that now. We chump block with Resolute Reinforcement, so we get it back with Invasion of Tilvada. Or, actually, you know what? No. If we just play this, we kill it right now. Right? Oh, wait, no. Oh, but wait, yes. Oh, man, so many confusing problems to have simultaneously.
Phyrexia shows no mercy. You're nuts.
So many weird problems that are happening simultaneously. I'm getting so many good draws and such that I'm like, oh, I can play Invasion of Tilvada. Oh, wait, I top deck Kaya, but I have White Sun's Twilight in hand. Oh, no. Such a weird set of problems. We might just let them overcommit White Sun's Twilight and then invade Tilvada the next turn and get back, say, an Architect or something. Maybe steal something with Kaya first, because I can exile their Wedding Announcement if I really want to. Which I don't believe flips or gains counters, but I'm not positive. I know that there was a weird, asterisk weird, old interaction with Tamiyo Completed Sage, where if you, like, exile the Wedding Announcement from your graveyard, it would perpetually stay Wedding Announcement and never flip, because the token that Tamiyo made didn't have a backside. Just jump block. It was very strange. Yeah, let's board wipe. Start from scratch. steal their wedding announcement.
Today you die.
They do get their Kami back in hand, but I'm not exactly sweating them having a Kami of Transience. Okay, so it does currently make its counters happen. That is good. I think. I can also just steal their Kami if I really want to, which would be funny. And then cut down their Weaver of Harmony. And then invade Tilvada. And no, where are you going? No, you were doing so good, enchantments. You had it. You were right there. You were right at the cusp of greatness. These have been some really short games, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's because the games that I lose are also really short, maybe. Maybe this deck is just fast. I don't know. GG's. We're going first with a super keepable hand. Double a wedding announcement, 4 lands, Shieldred's Edict, and we can go tapped, untapped, untapped, and profit. And a hoarding Broodlord! Oh my god. My opponent's playing control though, so we're about to have a not fun time. Here comes the make disappear. Opponent? Are you in there? I have to. I'm very, very depressed, but I have to. I cannot choose to not kill off their wincon card. So there are tokens. Go wide, prowessy, confused as to why they're not in Is It deck. Who clearly missed a land drop as to why they would main phase consider there. Ooh, they're about to concede. We're about to draw 2 cards off this. Technically speaking, I should probably not, because that way hoarding Broodlord will get better value out of more tokens, but I can't say no to drawing more and more and more cards. My opponent probably has also a board wipe of some sort, so like if I just keep playing wedding announcements, it might go better. You have counter magic that isn't to make disappear? No! I was gonna do the thing! I got greedy! I should have just Broodlorded! I don't think I've gotten to play him yet in the recordings. He's actually good, I swear! I could have done it. I had the mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana! I had it all! Oh, I was greedy! Well, GG's. Huh. That's a weird hand. Much better. Keep 6, and I'm sorry, Skrelv's Hive. Knowing my luck, this is going to immediately be... What's the 2-drop that everyone hates? Feldon? I was watching someone make content on this game, and apparently Mono Red's win rate with, Kumano into Feldon is weirdly high. I don't mean in obviously they should be winning those games. Just it's surprisingly high. We will give them a card draw here, but I just kind of want to start taking out some stuff. Keep my life total a little bit higher. And killing these is not a big deal, because they can eventually get them back if they start going wide enough. I'm going to announce my nuptials. They clearly don't have that many burn spells if they just let my nuptials get announced. Guess I'm saying it funny on purpose. We got 2 options on this upcoming turn. Either Koilos reinforcements and Rite of Oblivion, or we gain... I think we need to kill off the... I think we need to kill off one of the Phoenix chicks, though. I think we play this, end turn, make another token. We will flash in the Resolute Reinforcement so we can draw off Wedding Announcement. That's pretty annoying. I think Invasion of Regatha is one of those cards that I'm always shocked I don't see in more mono red lists. Puts you so low, so fast. 4 damage for 3 mana is nothing to be scoffed at. Look, my opponent probably has burn spells in hand, though, which is why I'm glad we have this. We will swing to try and draw. And then we will try and get rid of the Phoenix Chick and pray that my opponent doesn't just have 3 lightning strikes in hand. If my opponent was smart, they'd kill something right now. But that's implying that they know my hand, right? But they do. They do know my hand. They know that this triggers draw, and they know that Rite of Oblivion is in the graveyard. Funny enough, I'm going to sacrifice the Resolute Reinforcements because we can get it back with any number of our, like, return from graveyard effects. Edgar is a good draw if we can find a way to kill him. Unfortunately, we did just use our Rite of Oblivion. Quite unfortunate. Do they just have 3 lightning strikes in hand? Am I really going to lose to just getting triple lightning striked? Okay, I didn't lose to triple lightning strike. So, you know, there's a chance. I think I do lose now, though, because the odds of them just not having it are pretty slim. I guess I land. What are the odds of them not having it? Higher than I thought. Strange. That's something that just does more damage to me. With prowess. But I don't have ways to gain life back yet, so I'm really just stuck sitting here. Oh, please do it. I can also, I can just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna swing first. Make sure we draw. And then get ourselves out of the red. We do blow up our whole board, but it's fine. Yes! That was, oh man! That was so lucky and so unlucky simultaneously for both players there. My opponent got 1 damage off in the long run. And I just barely found something that got me there. I guess that means one of the draws I did by double attacking was worth it then, because I would have been 1 card shy at this point in time, and my opponent could have maybe killed me off of it. GG's Mono Red. So you got to see the deck, you got to see what it does. I lost quite a few games in the middle of my recording session. I believe my total final was 7-3 or 4. It was like 7 wins and then 3 or 4 losses. This deck does surprisingly well in a variety of matchups, but it does fall prey to the classic best of 1 problem of if you didn't draw the right cards for your current matchup, you're going to lose. There was a mono red game in there where I just top decked White Sun's Twilight at the last second in order to regain like 6 life to make myself be out of burn range, and stuff like that will happen quite a bit with this deck because we do have quite a few 1-ofs or 2-ofs that are technically supposed to be sought up with the Broodlord. If you're going to make this your own version of this deck, 1, I recommend actually playing it in best of 3. I think it'll be really good there because Broodlord is really good at searching up the stuff that you need in something like best of 3. Plus, it means you can sideboard in and out more stuff. Another thing I recommend, having more Shattered Sanctums so that you stop having to play gain lands. Don't be like me. The deck list in the description below will be exactly what I played in the video, as much as it might pain you, the viewer. Another thing, 4 copies of Broodlord. I would absolutely play 4 copies of Broodlord and then cut a Kaya, cut an Eternal Wanderer if you had the capabilities, because I think, honestly, if you have more of him, you can tutor up exactly which one you need at exactly which point in time, and that'll just make your life so much easier. Other possibles, maybe another Rite of Oblivion, maybe more Edgars in place of Elish Norns. and potentially a full playset of Restoration. Maybe cut the cut downs for a March as well. You know what I'm going to do, though? I am going to put the March of Wretched Sorrow in the sideboard, because I do believe that that card is amazing for this deck. I say as my game nearly crashes from searching up a card. I will put those two in the sideboard. They are rares. Be careful. They are rares, so if you just like craft this deck yourself, you will have that problem. But they are in the sideboard. This deck is very rare and mythic heavy, to be completely honest. Not a very budget-friendly deck, but it is very fun and very powerful, and I really enjoy it a lot so far. It's a little bit outside of the normal meta of the moment, but it's not too far outside the normal meta of the moment that you'll be losing games. Invasion of Telvada, very much a meta card right now. It shows up in quite a few decks that like to mill, because you can just take stuff and slam it back on the board, especially if you're self-milling or like just going through your deck super quick in order to find your one-of answers. And honestly, I'm just really happy that Hoarding Broodlord is as good as he is. I know that I don't even think I got to show him off once in the gameplay, but the number of times he saved my playtest games by just like tutoring up Invasion of Telvada to get Kaya, or Kaya in order to start gaining life, was a lot. He really saved my bacon a handful of times in my playtest stuff, so do trust the Broodlord, especially when you're making as many tokens as you do in this deck. The reinforcements, the hive, and the wedding announcement go super wide, super fast, and Broodlord can be convoked as early as, like, I want to say, like, turn 3 or 4, depending, which isn't bad for an 8-mana spell. That is a tutor. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one.